on my expect tonight.
Smoking on my expect tonight. Smoking on your top 5 tonight. Okay, cool. It has been a very, very long time, but we have finally got the second album from SZA. This one's called SOS. It's a big album. It's 23 songs. We have some very interesting features. It's well over an hour long. I guess the first single for this was Good Days, which dropped 2 years ago. Jesus Christ, it's been such a long time. Good Days came out already. I love that song. I Hate You as well. I thought that was a really good song. And the latest one was Shirt. I remember the snippet was floating around TikTok for ages as well. So we've got a little taste of this album. Don Toliver on a feature, Travis Scott, but two very interesting ones, Phoebe Bridgers and Old Dirty Bastard. Let's get straight into it because again, this is an extremely long album, so we're going to be recording for a while. SZA, SOS, first song is the title track. That fucking scared me.
I'm so crazy, that nigga is so needy. Forget that real place, but the stick is too high. Yeah, nigga, it's up to me. Remind you with that little brief. So classic, that ass so fat, it look natural, it's not. I talk bullshit a lot. You know, I'm dumping like press weave. I'm horny like suck these. So girly like
That was striking. That beat was really interesting as well. It's like, it felt like the kind of beat that you'd imagine, like, you know, like a grimy New York rapper spitting over, but I thought she did her thing on that. Okay, next song is Kill Bill.
I'm still a fan, even though it's salty. Hate to see you with some other, but know you happy. I'm so mature, I got me a therapist to tell me there's nothing that I do.
That is very mature. This is super psychedelic. This is like the narrative of Tyler's New Magic Wand. Rather be in hell than alone. That was a super dark song. I really, really fuck with that as well. I like, you know, I like the contrast of like, you know, really dark, you know, semi unhinged lyrics against, you know, really pretty psychedelic instrumentals. Next song is Seek and Destroy.
You push me past my own capacity, boy. No reason to cry for more clarity now. Don't do it. I have to do it. So necessary that I avoid that damn dream. Now that I've ruined everything, I cannot complain. Now that I've ruined everything, you did all for me.
SZA's so good at finding those those strange weird pockets that she loves and just, oh man, I don't know how to describe it. It's fucking beautiful. Oh, that bass, that fucking bass. That song, I really, really, really fuck with that song as well. It had so many different stages as well. And like, you know, like I said, SZA finds these pockets and she just like locks into them so uniquely. This is a very strong start to this album. The next song is called Low. Ooh.
I need you to get the fuck on my space. Fucking I ain't making love no more. You gotta do this, what the fuck you crying for? I'm moving selfish, calling on my favorite hoes. Calling on the side of me, I like to get it poppin'. These bitches in my business got me out to choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep it silent. Don't want no one in your life, my girl, bitch. I'm so sick.
Is that Travis ad-libs?
and like to get it poppin', but these bitches in
Oh,
my
please bring it
business
back in one more
got
time.
me like choosing violence. If you see me out in public, you don't know me, keep it silent.
Oh, that song was fucking amazing. That might have been my favorite so far. Secret Travis Scott ad-libs as well. I was thinking, you know, I didn't say it, but I was thinking like some of these flows feel like a bit Travis Scott inspired, and the little pockets and stuff like that. That song was heat. That song was fucking heat. Next song is Love Language. This film is very dream pop.
Patience ain't no virtue with you. I don't waste it plenty time pacing around, hate this cool. You with bitches on the side and let my mind wander too.
You ain't bitches on the side.
So you speak your love language. Bad as I wanna be yours, I can get what you program. Nobody put that purpose in me like you do. Still, nobody get that work up on me like you. Nobody get the
This is the most like explicitly like 2000s R&B I've heard. You know, SZA takes inspiration from on a track in a long while, because you know she's super diverse. She takes inspiration from, you know, a lot of indie music and different eras of pop music and stuff. But you know, primarily she's an R&B artist. So you know, I like to see her do this kind of stuff from time to time. Ooh, nice. Oh, oh my god, this has been we're what, 5 songs in? This has been an extremely strong first 5 songs. Okay, the next song is what I believe is the one that played as a snippet after the music video for Shirt, and this is Blind. And that song, I'm not gonna lie, like that snippet I played more than Shirt itself. So I'm really looking forward to this one, Blind.
Niggas want me to get ratchet.
Yes.
Niggas want me to attack it. Put the hood on, let it call me cashes. March you like Bob Saget. Greedy, I can't pass it. Fucking on my ex cause he validate me. Fucking up a check, I don't want no receipt. Mind keep possessed, let my space speak freely. Hey, my past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. My how the time change.
My pussy precedes me. Do you know how much of a crazy bar that is?
I'm blind.
Literally angelic.
Calm down, she could be worse, never say that. I don't want pipe down, rather get payback. Mama told me never shit where you lay at. I don't want righteousness, I hurt too much.
This flow is fucking so crazy.
My past can't escape me. My
pussy precedes me.
My how the time change. You still talking about babies, and I'm still taking a plan B. It's hard.
Fucking, this song is ridiculous, man. Amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I first heard that snippet, I was like, why would you tease me like this? Because I like Shirt. I think Shirt's a really good song. I think when I heard that snippet, I was like, this song sounds like a lot better than Shirt. And you know, Shirt's a very good song. I knew from that snippet that was going to be one of my favorite songs on the album, just because that snippet could not disappoint, and it didn't. In fact, it might have exceeded my expectations. And I love the fact that there wasn't like a big build and a big like beat drop or anything like that, and some crazy kicks and 808s. I love the fact that it was restrained and it was subtle. It's going to take a lot to top that song, but there's still a lot of album left. Next song is Used with the first feature, Don Toliver.
Yes, I've been used to being used like this. My down me, my spray, they feel better. My kitchen, minding my business. My kitchen, share my vision. I've been riding through this cold world. Thought you had another way.
Do it. Yes.
I'm out of touch, I need your love over some other way. Do you one step, we're going underway. My blessings twice as much, let them stress me too much. Yeah, I've been pushing to say, I don't need that when you try this. I don't take much, just need your honesty. Oh, never want better when you come closer.
Nice. The next song is called Snooze.
I search that file for you. I do that 3-4 times again. I testify for you. I saw that lie to that bitch. I do it all level runs. I joke body. As long as you dreaming about me, ain't no problem. I lose when I'm with you. How can I snooze?
We cried together.
Nobody like you do, you know.
This reminds me a bit of I Hate You, actually. It's like the flip side of I Hate You. Because if you're running, if I hate you. They seem thematically linked. I'm jumping ahead, I'm sorry. I really thought it was that song. It felt like a classic R&B song, and the songwriter was a bit more straightforward, because usually SZA songwriting is kind of like super detailed, like a bit stream of consciousness-esque. But that was just a straight to the point love song. Sometimes that's all you need. Okay, next song is Notice Me. I'm in the Caribbean.
You stay on my mind, I can't regret no time spent with you, and I still miss me. I'm alive if I box with you, I'm alive if I check your line when you're not around, I'm alive. You with all these adults around you, long as you got me.
Those kicks are completely rattling my whole fucking room.
Time spent with you, and I still wonder if you notice me. Yes, if I had a dime or two, go and be your person.
I love this cadence. Her cadence is on this album. I'm fucking crazy. The dick that I deserve. Whoa. Okay, it sounds like now we're getting into a bit darker, more problematic for SZA territory, especially with the end of that song. Again, I just that was super bouncy, super fun, watery. It felt ever so slightly Caribbean inspired as well. Okay, next song is Gone Girl.
Understand no matter the climate, burning bitches in my third trimester. Shift eyes and tell me you love. I need more space and security.
Vocals crazy.
I need less voices, just you and me. Boy, you lose it. Gone girl, gone girl.
Oh, this is interesting.
I decide with demons I digest. I'm just tired of repeating I digress. Trying to find deeper meaning in nonsense.
That's life, bruv.
I need more space and security. Boy, you lose it. Gone girl.
Oh, I love that hook. Gone girl. It throws you off.
It's all okay. Try to erase. I did to escape. Gone
Oh, we got a key change. Bring it back. Go on, one more time.
He's gone girl, gone girl.
Oh,
You better love her face when she's gone.
that's, I don't know how to describe it, but that song sounded expensive. Like, it sounded expensive. I love that. I love that. The hook threw me off. The go on, girl. Songwriter was on point. I loved how full on, like, they committed with how dramatic it got towards the end. Yeah, that was a very, very, very strong song. The next song has a hilarious title, Smoking on My X-Pack.
Roll the clip and run it back, I'm really like that. I'm really not friendly, I need my credit, niggas hate that. I'm bobbing like psycho.
Is this SZA spitting?
Like micro. You test it, I might go. You push it, I might pop. I'm sucking on hard throbs. I'm screaming back at a bus trick. Hawaii for weather, booty soft in the leather. These hoes is featherweight. Smoking on my X-Pack tonight.
Smoking on my X-Pack tonight. Smoking on your top 5 tonight. Smoking on your X-Pack tonight. Smoking on my X-Pack tonight. That's crazy. Smoking on my X-Pack tonight. Oh, it was like a little interlude. Smoking on my X-Pack tonight. I can't remember, if ever, I don't know, the last time I heard SZA spitting. But she had bars. Some of those bars were hilarious. Some of them were savage. But she did say, smoking on my X-Pack tonight. This is a very interesting feature. Very interesting feature. This is a feature for all the sad girls out there. Ghost in the Machine featuring Phoebe Bridgers.
I I hate her, I don't agree, I did it first. I give a fuck, I just want fuck easy. Can you distract me from all the disaster? Can you touch on me and not call me after? Can you hate on me and mask it with laughter? Let's talk about AI. Robot got more heart than mine. Robot got future, I don't. Robot can sleep but I don't power. Can you hate on me and mask it with laughter?
This is tapped. This is tapped. I told you it was getting dark and toxic.
I need humanity. I need some of my friends are on my payroll. I don't get existential. I just think about myself and where that got me. Standing
Yeah, now I know the content of the song, and having Phoebe Bridgers on here makes perfect sense.
craving humanity. I'm like humanity.
Okay, Phoebe Bridgers feature makes complete sense now. That was again lyrically quite dark. It was really weird because it was like, you know, the hook was like, oh, I need humanity, but you're not like that. You're vanity, and you know they had explicitly listed how the person that they've become involved with was the antithesis of this. But there was a part of them that still wanted them. Yeah, that song's kind of fucked up. Okay, but no, in a really good way. I like fucked up songs. Okay, next song is F2F. This fucking OK Computer. Let down this.
I've been thinking about you and got my sleep. Worried that you already done replaced me. Wishing I didn't want to sell my soul. Wishing that it wasn't so hard, made them all my needs. Get around and watch it can fall.
This is what Olivia Rodrigo has done for the culture.
I just had to get my rocks off. You kinda love until you push me till I pop off. I pay for everything you give me. Get a kick out of missing your call. And I hate me enough for the two of us. Hate that I can't let go of you.
Wait, I hate that. That's like a I hate me enough for the two of us. That's like a flip on. I don't know if it's a reference to it, but there's the Drake and Jhené Aiko track From Time, where Jhené Aiko says, "I love me enough for the both of us," and she's flipped that. I hate me enough for the both of us, and I get a kick out of missing your call. Again, you know, it sounds like the progression of this album is just this, and you know, I guess it's something, you know, it's a common narrative in a lot of, you know, singer-songwriter albums that are about love and relationships, but you know, it started off really, really idyllic. You know, what was that song about being super in love? Snooze and Blind and, you know, Love Language, all this stuff, and then but there were the hints of a horrible end, and sprinklings of violence here. And now it's just, you know, we've got to the bitter fallout bit. It sounds like I fuck him because I miss you. That's a situation where everyone is lose. Got full on grunge SZA. This next one is called Nobody Gets Me. Again, these guitar chords sound 1995 Radiohead. This feels like Fake Plastic Trees.
Took a long vacation, no makeup, just Jay-Z. You were balls deep, now we beefing. Now we butt naked at the MGM.
What the fuck is this story? Stick it in before the memories get to kicking in. Now we're in the obsessive stage, okay? This is a very self-critical album, I'd say. This song could have quite a lot of crossover appeal, you know.
Nobody gets me, me out to the ballet. If I'm real, I deserve less. If I was you, I wouldn't take me back. I pretend when I'm.
That's what, like I said, this album is really, really self-critical. If I were you, I wouldn't take me back. But it's this. That's even more messed up because she's aware that, you know, or I guess she thinks that she doesn't deserve this person back or something, but she's still like desperately cloying and, you know, hoping that there's some chance of reconciliation. Yeah, this is a seething critique on herself.
I don't wanna lose what's left of you. How am I supposed to tell you?
That's a SZA song that, you know, like I said a couple of times, crossover appeal. And what I mean by that is, like, I think it has I think it has all the ingredients to be like a hit, to be like a really big single. Like if that song gets pushed and promoted, it could be one of SZA's like biggest ever songs. Like it has that super dramatic and emotional, heartfelt chorus or hook that's easy to remember, but also there's lyrical substance. There's heart and emotion in the song. It's written really, really well, and it's really subtle. It's somber, but it's a song that you can like scream your lungs out to at the same time. Yeah, that song that felt like the first. That's one of the few SZA songs that she sounds like a bona fide like pop star. Like that song I could hear everywhere. That felt like that kind of song. Okay, the next song is Conceited. Wait. Did she just say I just got my body done and I ain't got no guilt about it? I think that's a really that's a really interesting lyric as well, because, and I think it's quite refreshing as well, because you know I'm of the opinion that you do whatever the fuck you want with your body. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever makes you feel good and you're not hurting anyone else, you do you. And she said I just got my body done. I ain't got no guilt about it, because there's been rumors, you know, floating about whether she's had some work done or whether she's had this, that, blah, blah, blah. And I only think there's ever an issue when, you know, someone has had work done and then they claim they haven't, and then, you know, it sets these really unrealistic beauty standards for young people, especially for women. So I love the fact that she said, yeah, I had some shit done, and I don't feel guilty about it, because one, it eliminates that. Oh, she's under no obligation to do so as well. Like she doesn't have to tell us whether she's had some work done or not. It's not our business. Again, the only issue is when someone comes out and says, "No, this is all natural." You know, this I just worked really hard to have this. It's like, no, you didn't work really hard to change the bone structure of your face. Like that sets unrealistic standards. Nothing wrong with having stuff done to you if that's what makes you happy. Nothing wrong with it at all. But you know, yeah, that's I just thought that was a really, really interesting lyric. Was that another? Again, she was in the studio with Kendrick, bruv. She had the smoking on your X-Pack tonight, smoking on your X-Pack, and she said, "I love it when they count me out," which it sounds. I'm not connecting dots that aren't there. I don't think, because you know SZA and Kendrick have worked together a lot in the past. They were under the same label until a few months ago, and you know, loving when they're counting me out. That's a very specific lyric. I think that must be a reference to Kendrick's "Count Me Out." I love when you count me out. I love when you count me out. I'm burning bridges. I do it over again, 'cause I'm betting on me. I got no reason to depend on you. No reason to make friends. See, again, on the surface, this sounds like it could be a happy, uplifting song, but it's really not, because if you listen to what she's saying, you know, she's saying, I've got no reason to make friends, I'm only counting on me and stuff. And it's actually quite a sad song, because it implies that how she got to this point of being happy is by cutting herself off from everyone in the world, essentially. And I mean, just to me, that's a sad thought. No reason to be friends. I'm cool. I got everything that I need and I want more. I feel like a lot of people on first listen, because it's very easy to do so, would be very easy to do so, would think that that's a very super confident song. And it is. I think it's both at the same time. It's a very confident song, but it's also a very sad song because of what she says she has derived her confidence from, which is cutting people off, burning bridges, having no reason to have anyone to trust in her life. That's sad. But it's really well written. Next song is Special.
I wish I was that girl from the Gucci store. She never wore any makeup and she owns couture. I got pimples where my beauty mark should be. I got dry skin.
See, this is the opposite now. This is the opposite. It's the complete opposite. Now this is a song about all of her insecurities and all of, well, I mean, specifically beauty insecurities as well. What's that? I want to be the girl in the Gucci store. I've got pimples here, here, and here. Yeah, this is a really interesting coupling of songs.
Like I was an art piece, like I was an ordinary girl. I wish
a normal girl.
Special. I give all my special.
I mean, this is like I said earlier. You know, a few of the songs for me sounded very Radiohead inspired, especially like 90s Radiohead. And I Wish I Was Special, which is, you know, it must be a reference to Creep, you know, Radiohead's. As much as I hate to admit it, because I think, you know, they have millions and millions of amazing songs and they're the best band ever, Creep is their most recognizable song. You know, I wish I was special, so very special, but I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, what the hell am I doing here? All these insecurities and this you know, self-loathing. And it seems like SZA's kind of recontextualized that for, you know, the millennial woman growing up in the digital world.
I used to be special, but you made me hate me.
You made me hate me. That's fucked, man.
I changed me. I hate that you made me. Wanting to be big, now I wanna be thin.
Ooh.
Pilates is in, bet you windows out. You gon' hit my mouth. You regret that I changed me. I hate that you made me.
This song is special. That song was fucking amazing. Like, that's one of my favorite ones, easily. It's called Special for a reason. That song was fucking special. Okay, next song is Too Late. I thought it was Good Days again. This album's got more psychedelic and sparse as it's gone on. Super interesting.
Is it too late for us to hold love? I know it's up. Can't get enough. Is it bad that I want more? Is it too late for us? Don't take to us. When so close we can bust. Is it bad that I want more?
I love that. Oh, it was short but sweet as well. Okay, the next song is Far.
Try to watch all my emotions in a few brews, need a palm tree. I be drinking in private. Far like I don't recognize me. Far, cause I let you define me. I'm far.
This is like an explanation and a reasoning behind, you know, why she was so willing to cut people off at a moment's notice a few tracks earlier. And now it's, again, like Mal, she's saying she's far removed from the bullshit that she had to endure. There's quite a clear like narrative through these songs, even just from the first listen. Like, I love how this song is like linking so many different narrative and conceptual threads from different songs as well, with, you know, the insecurities and the pushing people away, and her referencing what specifically she's had to get over and go through to get to this point as well. Yeah, I'm really, really liking the song. Oh yeah, really, really, really fuck with that song. Next song is Shirt. Which is one of the singles that dropped. I have heard it already, so I'm just going to play a bit of it. I'm not going to lie, this song feels bigger and sounds better in the context of the rest of the album. Next song is Open Arms with Travis Scott.
Running away from where I'm from, never can stay with no one. Loving you almost feel like something. With open eyes.
Ooh!
Open arms. You give me this like being hopeless. So get on insecurity. I know this is bad, but please put a leash on me anyway.
Do you know what I feel has happened? Like with the instrumentation of this album, is that like it started out narratively like really kind of idealistic with a hint of, you know, what's to come in terms of violent fallout that's clearly happened, and and the instrumentation was more traditionally R&B. The drums were like, there was more, you know, thick 808s and shit like that. And as the insecurities have started to like become apparent and SZA's bear herself open more and more, it's like the instrumentation has opened up as well. And we've got more acoustic guitars and more ethereal indie pop vibes and, you know, watery synths and shit like that. Yeah, oh man. There's a lot. I can't wait to dive back into this shit, man. I love this shit. Really interested to see what Travis will do on this as well. I love this feature already. I love this feature as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit apprehensive because Travis Scott, I fucking love Travis Scott, you know. I love Travis Scott, but I felt some of his recent features felt a bit like phoned in. Like, oh, I've heard this version of Travis before. Like, it's cool. I vibe with it as well. But like, what's that extra special shit that Travis can so easily and capably do? And this is something new from Travis as well. Like this right now, like not just lyrically as well, but like what he's singing / rapping over. Yeah, no, I'm really liking this feature. Again, I loved how you know, how somber and bare bones the song was, and you know, that's not the kind of sound you expect to hear Travis Scott on. I thought he hit it perfectly. I'd love to hear more of that version of Travis, just him stepping out as well, because stepping out of that comfort zone as well, because that's what made Astroworld so for me so amazing, is because it was so eclectic. You know, you had songs like Skeletons that, you know, were completely different to songs like NC-17 and Coffee Bean and Stop Trying to Be God and Sicko Mode. Like every song was like its own little world. And I love that, you know, Travis like takes you to all these different places. And he took me to a place I haven't heard from him before. And that's what I'm here for. The next song is I Hate You, which dropped a while ago. I think like a year ago. This song grew on me, actually. I didn't really fuck with it too heavy when it first came out. So I'm actually going to play it again and see if it just, like, how it sounds in the context of the album. Yeah, this fits perfectly in this album. And if you wonder that I hate you, I do. It's so hard. I love the fact as well. I mean, it's such a, you know, I guess the bar has been set quite low from other artists and how they craft albums. But like, you know, when a song comes out, and just like the songs are just clearly just a smash together of, oh, we did this song a few months ago, that song, that, yeah, that's enough to make an album. Yeah, just slap it all together. I hate when that happens. I love the fact that all the singles that have been released ages ago as well fit perfectly in the narrative of this album. So the penultimate song, again, this is the first single that dropped. This dropped 2 years. I remember this dropped. It was like Christmas. It was like Christmas 2020. It was like, I remember it came out at the same time as Whole Lotta Red. That's how I remember this song. Good Days with Jacob Collier. I'm gonna listen to this song again. I love this song. See, look, she needs rest now because the preceding fucking 20 songs have been such a headache. All the while, see, now when I love this. I love it when that happens. I just got shivers down my neck. I love when a song is just completely recontextualized by an album. You know, like, you know, the first time I heard Backseat Freestyle, you know, outside the context of Good Kid, Mad City, I'm like, oh my, this is a completely different song. And this as well, now, is weirdly like, it's like a really set, like, when I listened to Good Days, it was like a triumphant, like, fighting through adversity, like, you know, even though I've got all this shit that's going on, you know, I'm ready. And now it's just like, I'm just gonna fake it. I'm gonna fake being able to deal with this shit. And like desperately, like seeing that, you know, the metaphorical good day is there, you know, with the breeze going through your hair and shit, but inside you're just completely crumbling. Yeah, no, I love when that happens. I really love that. I love that. Always on my mind, always on my mind. We have got to the final song, an extremely interesting feature, a posthumous feature from Old Dirty Bastard, Forgiveless. Get West Side Gun on this. Back. to go back and forth with no average. Bruv, I would rather someone called me a racial slur than call me an average dork.
You don't mind taking fiddle, that's why you a bitch. You don't think for yourself and that's none of my business. You take it, I did shit. I'm cheating 3 wishes. But watch how you think.
I love those like toy pianos as well. Okay, that's SOS. Straight off the bat, I love that. I absolutely love that. That might have been even better. I mean, I had high expectations because I love Control. I love SZA as an artist. I love her as a vocalist. I love her as a songwriter. And I've been willing to wait because, you know, I expected that this, you know, whenever the follow-up to Control would come, it would be quality. And I'm not going to lie, this exceeded my expectations. I love the fact that the scope of it was just so, like, widescreen and cinematic. Every song had its place. And she'd left these, like, little lyrical and conceptual nuggets here and there for you to tie the threads together as well. I love that. I love being rewarded with multiple listens. Vocally, amazing. Her cadences, her flows, her songwriting ability has gotten even better in my opinion in those 5 years. One thing I really appreciated it was all the influences. You know, she had people like Phoebe Bridgers there. You know, clear influences from grunge and indie 90s music, you know, especially what I felt was a strong Radiohead influence in a lot of the songs as well. I know SZA's really into her indie music. She's a millennial, so it makes perfect sense. And lyrically, like, you know, it's hard, for me personally, it's hard to make something sound so grand and so big and, like, you know, bigger than Earth itself about, you know, things that have been sung about so many times before, about insecurities, about, you know, heartbreak, about toxic relationships and stuff like that. And she brings something new and refreshing to the table. And her songwriting is so unique and distinct that album was 1 hour and 10 minutes, which is extremely long for an R&B album, or for a singer-songwriter album, or whatever you want to call it. I didn't feel bored once. I was thoroughly engaged. I really love that album and I can't wait to listen to it again. Those are my thoughts on this new SZA album. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Make sure to like, subscribe, dong the bell, and I will see you next time.